Huge alert on silver. What the heck is really going on with the prices, my friends? I got some information. It might help people out. It might not. I'm being just transparent right off the bat here. Help me out with the thumbs up. That helps get the videos out to more and more people. We do giveaways on this channel. We get the big giveaway coming up. Yes, you know, at 10,000 subscribers. If you are new to the channel, you're not yet subscribed, come join us. Come join the home team to stop the melt. I'm the only one trying to save our history with the Stop the Melt campaign. My friend Annie Oakley, she's on board with her YouTube channel, trying to get the word about stopping the melt. We need more people. Get involved. We got to keep on our coin shops and pawn shops, and I'm going to let you know how to do that as well. I talked to a couple different coin shops today. I look back on my eBay account. I'm shocked at what some of the stuff I paid for. It's a lot to talk about, my friends. Let's get into it. We know silver is close to $64 an ounce. As soon as I uploaded that video this afternoon, silver cranked right to 64. So yes, I understand that thumbnail was not right maybe on the time you saw it. But at the time of the recording of that video, that's where we were at. So just be cautious, my friends. Yeah, sometimes the thumbnails are not right when you see it. It is what it is. So I didn't do that intentionally. That's where silver was at the time of the recording of that video. I got numerous comments. Oh, silver is 64 plus now. I know that. But it was too late to change the thumbnail. So it was up. We know where it's at now. And as recording this video, we're right around 64 in the futures. A little bit below that behind spot. 63, north of 63. Look, we do not want silver to really rocket up too fast. This should be a warning sign. And I don't have the clear crystal ball today. As I said in this morning's video, or this afternoon's video, whatever time it got released. Things are happening, my friends. The COMEX don't have it. These big banks have wrote too many contracts. What is that going to do when people start demanding delivery? They're going to have to go out in the physical market and buy it up. That's going to push the price up even more north. Yeah, we can rejoice, be glad we're up at 64. Wherever it is right now, this moment. Whatever time of day or night you're watching this video. It's around the $64 range. But we have to stop and take a step back. This is how they're going to confiscate it from you. People are going to get scared and trying to take profits in cash. That's what scares me. That's what scares the heck out of me right now. Because there's a lot of people who are just not educated enough to realize you got to have the strongest gosh darn hands right now. So what if we dip down $4? So what if we dip down $5 more from here? We're not going to stay at those levels, my friends. But I don't know how much more fast we're going to ramp it up here. You know, when I said yesterday, I thought we were going to see a dip today. You go back the last couple Fed meetings. That's what happened. That's what happened. It dipped. Then it came roaring back on that Friday. It's only down on that Wednesday, down on Thursday, and it comes roaring back on that Friday. We will see what happens tomorrow. On Friday, are we going to get the monkey hammer? Or are we going to see it shoot up even more? I don't know. People think I got a crystal ball. I don't have no crystal ball. But please, this is not financial advice. You do as what you will, please. If you want this for profits, go take it. I can't stop you. But don't have any regrets. If you sell it today, you sell it tomorrow, you sell it next week. Here's the battle plan. Here's what I'm doing. I'm not converting this or this or this back for this unless I absolutely need to. No. This is my savings account. This is real money. This is monopoly money. If you really think about it, monopoly money has more value. A pack of monopoly money has more value than this $1 bill. Think about that. That's a true story. That is a true story. Talk to a couple of the coin shops. I hear it in the comments. So I did some investigation. People are saying coin shops are not really paying a fair price. They're paying way below spot. So I called a couple coin shops throughout the country. I called one on the West Coast. Not going to mention the name. Call one in the middle of the country. Not going to mention the name. Call one closer up north to me. And I called one up in the Northeast. So I called a few different coin shops to get what's really going on out there in the market. Here's what I'm hearing. The wholesalers are not paying as much. Why? They're getting over-inundated. A lot of these smelters are still closed. They're over-inundated right now. People are panic selling. They want to take the profits. And these are the people who do not have a good understanding of what silver and gold are really there to be for. People just looking at the green dollars. They really don't need the money. Most people who are selling really don't need the money right now. Some, yes. Some are going after cheap Chinese Christmas presents. Yeah, that's what's going on. Some people are panic selling, thinking the bottom's going to drop out of it. Let me just say this again. We're in uncharted territory. So what do I mean by uncharted territory? Well, we know silver's never been this high before in history. So we can check that box. What's really going on behind the scenes? Everything needs silver, my friends. AI is sucking up so much silver. And we're talking dollar terms. And when it goes really north, and I got a suspicion we're going up north of here. But I don't know that for sure. I'm surprised we've not seen a little bit of a dip here. It would be nice to see a little bit of dip right now. And normally I don't talk about having dips. But we don't want silver to go up too fast. And that's what's happening right now. So where do we go as stackers at these higher prices? Buy a little bit less right now, because we don't know. It's not financial advice. You do as what you feel fit to do. I can't tell you not to buy. I can't tell you to buy. You have to do what you think in your gut. What's the best for you and your family. Not based on what I say. I showed the first video of the day. I'll show it again. Last night I was messing around on eBay. Got 2 silver quarters. There's the price. In case anybody missed earlier's video. $18 and I paid $2.64 to ship them. $20.64. Well, the melt value at the time was $11.37, so it's $22.74. So I got them less than melt value. A little bit cheaper than I could get them at my own coin shop for that I work for. Not by much, but a little bit. Maybe about $1. Cheaper. Well, $1 is $1. All right? I do that 10 more times, I can go get another silver quarter. I didn't want to pay. This is the most I ever paid for a silver quarter, my friends. 11, 10, over $10. $10.32. For 1 silver quarter, that's what I paid. And I'm looking back when I used to pay $4.50, $4.25, up to $5. They started going up over bucks. I sat on the sidelines. And I was hoping for a little bit of pushback, Never really happened. But I was still buying a little bit here and there. Buy four silver coins at the coin shop that I work for. Buying small amounts. I don't have a lot of extra cash. So this is where I've been preaching. You want to call it that. Like I said it in this afternoon's video. You want to call it that. I'm doing the same thing as I'm telling people how I'm doing it. Just cost average. You know, I got torn up the one video when I showed the 10-ounce silver bar I bought. And I don't know where that 10-ounce silver bar is off to right now. But it was the silver bar. Here it is, the Jersey Mint silver bar. I paid $4 something for it. Somebody asked me, says, I'm crazy. I said, well, it's going to go up there, Buttercup. Only reason why I bought that, just being transparent here, the only reason why I bought this when I got this, I had a credit card, brand new credit card. Sign up for a credit card, you spend $500 in 3 months, and he give you $250 back. So I got this in 2 tubes of copper rounds. So I was well over my $500 within 3 months. I got my $250 back. If it wasn't for that, I would not be showing this to you today. Would not be. That's the only reason why I got this. I'm not rich. Many of us are not rich. Because my mind, in my own personal mind, and this plays with me too, and this is how it plays with a lot of people. We can go back, and it's just go back this year. You bought any silver any time this year, before this date, you've done all right, for the most part. You got it early in the year, you've done really well. It wasn't that long ago, my friends. July 22nd, my grandma's birthday. I look back at the silver chart. It was at $39.56 an ounce. Silver. $39.56. We hit 40. I made a video about 40. 3 months ago, we were at 40. Then we went up. I kept doing thumbnails. 41, 42, 43. Then it got carried away. Then we go 48 thumbnail, 40, 50. Just did one a little while ago at 52. We're at 63. Plus. I did not really think we were going to be this fast, this soon. This shocks me. Just being transparent about this. It wasn't that long ago that the price of silver was a lot cheaper. Check out channel sponsor Pinbacks for all your silver, gold, and platinum needs. They got the 1921 Morgan dollars back in stock. I know people like these. I understand the price has gone up too. You know, the last time they had a bunch of these in stock, it was a lot cheaper. It's starting to find hard to source very good condition Morgan dollars. And a lot of this is people selling off. They're panicking. They're taking profits. You know, I watched a few other YouTubers out there. I'm not going to say this person's name. But, you know, I watch him, you know, a couple times a week. And he's always saying on his channel, it's good times to take profits. Good time to take a profit. He was saying that when it was $40 an ounce. How many people asked him, listen to this person, and really hurt themselves selling that 40 when you didn't need to sell? If you needed to sell, that's a whole different story. Let's not get these messages wrong here. That's a whole different story. If you need to sell. You know, I look back from almost a year ago today. I had to sell 100 ounces of silver. I sold it for $27 an ounce, my friends. Did I make a little bit of profit on it? A little bit of extra cash? Yeah. but I didn't really make a profit on it. Did I cash it more than I bought it for? Absolutely. Because I got up for 22, and it was up 24 with the premiums, 24, 50, 25. Yeah, I made a couple bucks an ounce, but look where it is today. Silver and gold for the long-term hold. It's not something you get rich off of. This is not something you flip in a couple months to make a profit. Is really $20 an ounce really going to bring home, make you rich? Maybe if you had 1 million ounces, you know, maybe if you had 500,000 ounces, maybe if you had a couple 100,000 ounces of silver and you flipped it for $20 profit, you done all right. But this is going away, my friends. It's going to be unattainable because the world is demanding more and more and more silver. Not gold. Not platinum. Why is silver and copper on the government's strategic metals list? We've been warning about this all summer long on this channel. All summer long when this news broke. That's what they were thinking about. Well, here we are. Starting next year, it's officially going to be on the list. So it's going to be officially on the list in 2026. It's on the list now. But officially begins in 2026. With this past Fed rate cut, we should be really doing the warning bells. I should have flashing lights here. All right, I should be flashing lights here. Stop, stop, stop. Look what's going on, my friends. They cut the rates. Now they're going to QE. They don't want to call it QE. $40 billion a month. Would it be billion a month until April of 2026 to help out the repo market? Really? Keep printing. Keep printing this. You think your box of cereal is $8 now? Where do you think your box of cereal is going to be next year at this time? $12? Think prices are coming down? What happened? Gas prices have come down. And that's what they said it about. Oh, gas prices are going up. That's why food is going up. It's supposed to be transitory. My behind was transitory. My behind, it was transitory. I remember my grandma was watching TV in the living room. And we know who said this. We don't need to call her name out. This woman said it was transitory. And I was eating, I don't remember exactly what I was eating. I think I was eating a sandwich. And I called out, and I said the full word, but I'm going to abbreviate it for YouTube channel. BS. She's lying. And my grandmother said, give her a chance. I said, no, she's lying. And here we are today, my friends. It's supposed to be transitory. Prices kept going up. The prices, when they go up, they normally don't come falling back down. The only other thing that we can say for sure it's come down. Two things in the past year. The price of gasoline and the price of eggs. Everything else was more expensive. Was your Thanksgiving more expensive this year than last year? Are your Christmas presents more expensive this year than they were last year? Find me something else that's come down in price. Honestly, really think about it. What else has come down in price? Silver is not, and gold. Silver's just keeping up with inflation. Silver's got a lot more room to move in dollar terms. You gotta have the strongest hands right now. I know we all look at the ounces we got. And we're on that calculator probably every day. Punching those numbers. Look at this. Look at this. Look how much money I made. You better start counting inflation in, my friends. Minus inflation out. Then tell me how much money you actually made in dollar terms. This ain't money. We think it's money. This is backed by what? This is backed by what? The government? We're going to trust the government? No, I sure hell don't. Not me. Not me. That's why I'm still continuing to stack this. That's why I got 2 more silver quarters yesterday. Showing you I'm doing the same thing that I'm telling you folks to do. Cost average your stacks. At the end of the day, and I 100% believe this, Jake, Custom Spots, a lot of you know him from other channels. You see him a moderator on other channels. The price ain't going to matter. In dollar terms. Now, does he agree we may go into a barter system? I don't know if he agrees with that line or not. I don't want to put that into his mouth. But I do agree. I do believe, I should say, we're going in the barter system, my friends. And with these other coin shops reporting back to me, saying that the wholesalers are pretty much tapped out, they're paying a lot less. Look, if you feel your coin shop's not being fair, then you need to, and you really need to sell. And hopefully you don't need to sell too fast. There's a couple different options for you all. You can do eBay. Well, all right, eBay takes that fee. Okay, fine. Jack up your prices 15%. That pays for most of that fee right there. Try it that way. Another place you can sell to, check out channel sponsor Pinbacks. It takes a little bit longer than the coin shop. I get it. You got to pay the shipping. You got to do the registered mail. I get it. It's going to be a fee there for you as well. But it might come to be worth it if you're shipping a lot of material to like channel sponsor Pinbacks. And you're not going to get so much. You're not really getting taken. That's just the market right now, my friends. We're still paying a little bit behind spot right now for most stuff. Some stuff we're paying at spot for. We're not worrying about the prices too much. Prices are concerning. Some merchandise is coming into the shop. So we are keeping our eyes and ears open what's going to happen next. There will be buyers out there. And I think right now, normal times, like last year, the year before, silver and gold takes a dip in December. We're not in normal times right now. This year, this time is different, like Andy Scheckman always has said. And many of you heard Andy Scheckman say this. If somebody say this time is different, you better run for the hills. And he says this time, it is different. And I agree with Andy Scheckman on that line. You better not run for the hills this time. You know, people say, well, too many people cry wolf. Or Noah's Ark. Noah, it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to flood. Everybody just, you're going to either get on the ark right now with the silver, or you're going to get left behind. And the prices, who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Like I said, I'm actually shocked where we are right now with the silver price. Yeah, some of you folks have called it north of 60 by the end of the year. Some of you even saying it's going to go up to 89 before the end of the year. Is that price laughable right now? No. Not laughable. But it could happen. Anything can happen. I've even said, my friends, on this channel and another channel, people are going to be shocked when they start seeing $2 to $5 price swings in the silver price per day. Well, we're getting that now. We've had that for a little bit while. We don't see that every single day, correct? No, we don't. But we've been seeing more days. We're seeing 2 to 3, almost $4 price jumps in a day. That should be concerning to us. And it's not falling off a cliff. Where are we going to go? I don't know. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. I don't have the clear picture like I had this past summer, and I said, watch out for September. If you've been with me since this past summer, you folks know. I said, watch out for September. And we got to jump in September. We had a little bit of pullback. Then I said, watch out the prices in December. Some people say for next week to really watch out. We will see what happens. Buckle up. That's all I got to say. You better be buckled up for this one. Because we could be see some more surprises the rest of this week into next week. And what's going to happen in 2026? Well, you might want to stay buckled up. Because the plane could be going for a bumpy ride here. We could be in some heavy turbulence. And we may not be looking back at 50 again. We may not even be looking back at 60 again. Time will tell. You folks have any questions about silver, gold, or platinum, or copper? Reach out to me in my emails in every single description of every single video. I'm going to keep you guys and girls posted of what's going on at the shop. I am going to do my due diligence trying to call up more coin shops throughout the country. Get the insides of what they're seeing. Because I'm paying attention to your comments. And a lot of you folks are telling the truth. These coin shops are not paying up like they used to. And there are reasons for it. And if you feel like you're getting so-called rip-off, remember this one thing. It takes two people to get ripped off. If you accepted it, then you accept the offer. You didn't get ripped off. Okay? You didn't. You accepted it. If you do not like any coin shops, pawn shops offer, don't accept it. Now, maybe you get stuck. Maybe it's an emergency. You have to sell. That's why I say keep some cash on the sidelines for the emergency. Keep some cash on the sidelines for emergency. I know, it's hard. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I remember what I went through last year. But I learned from that mistake. When I had to sell 100 ounces at $27 an ounce. That hurt. I think about that today and I say a few choice words, which I won't repeat here. Trust me. I do say a few choice words off camera. And that one hurt. 100 ounces that I sold. Because I didn't have enough of this gosh darn stuff put away. Don't do that to yourself like I got caught, my friends. Don't do it. If you folks have any questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to help anybody out there. Crazy Coin Shop Chris is out. Thanks for watching.